wants to see, there's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up. There's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up if anybody wants to watch. There's a potential Donkey Kong kill screen if you want to watch.
I can tell he's not on my side. He's a disciple of Billy.
Laszlo's heading in here, Fez, and of course that's why we're playing Donkey Kong kill screen. He's one of the few people who would be excited to see one. By the way, there's always like weird things that happens in life, coincidence, like a little synchronicity. Somebody brought up the movie, a book called Purple Cow. It's a marketing book, and I found it in our. I heard about it yesterday. It's in our office today.
Wow!
I was looking it over, and Fezzy, I believe the universe wants you to read this. I've never told you to read a book.
Right.
I looked it over, and I thought, this reminds me of what Watley needs to remind himself about.
Right.
I think I got 2 messages from the universe, and I'm passing it on to you.
Thank you. I will start reading this. I will be the purple cow.
Well, the purple cow dies at the end.
Oh, great.
That's the only bad part. Laszlo is here. How you doing, buddy?
Brought you some new shit to throw at Fez.
Oh, nice little hand grenade.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I don't know if that's good to throw at me.
It's not just a hand grenade.
I haven't finished the book yet.
It's a Grand Theft Auto 4 hand grenade.
So what happened? Oh, this is a collector's item.
Yes, but they took the stuff out of the inside.
But it feels like a real hand grenade
Yeah.
other than that. So I don't understand how the game works. You had Grand Theft Auto 4, biggest game of all time.
Correct.
That's not enough? Now we're adding stuff?
Right. Well, what we did is, for people that bought the game, there's now the next chapter in Grand Theft Auto 4, which is called The Lost and Damned. And tonight at midnight, it goes on, and you can download it from Xbox Live. And it's set in the same virtual world of Liberty City, which, as you see, is a spoof of New York City. But it's a whole new storyline with new characters, new radio, in which Dave played a part in.
No, you always run all the radio stuff yourself, right? You're the radio voice for a lot of that stuff?
Well, I co-write all of the radio with Dan Hauser.
Uh-huh.
And but I produce all the radio.
Okay, so the radio in this was Davey McDonald making your really outside of Ron and Fez debut. You were in the movie Gap.
Yes.
So you're getting an IMDb.
And that was on New
right
York
now.
1 for a split second.
By the way, Gap just went platinum. It means sold 100 copies. So things are starting to happen. All right, so what is Dave's character?
Well, you know, we've spoofed a lot of different kinds of radio shows, but we've never spoofed the shock jock genre.
Wow, that's weird.
I was trying to think of somebody that could be an annoying sidekick and could sort of bring the madness of Davey.
Yeah.
And I said, well, why don't I just get Davey? And so
it's a very challenging role.
I called him. Yeah, well, it's challenging for me as a director because first off, I called him. Now, see, when I contacted Fez a year and something ago and said, "Hey, would you be interested in working with me and playing a character?" I contacted you. All members of the Opie and Anthony and Ron and Fez show have showed up. Very classy, you know. They show up on time. You showed up with a girl on your arm.
Sure.
There, Ron.
Well, you know what? I got to live large.
And a cigar in your hand. And however, I just called Davey and I say, you know, I've got a character in Grand Theft Auto that I think that you could do well. And he starts doing like impressions over the phone of De Niro. And so I say, Dave, I'm not talking about the main character of the game. I'm sort of talking about, you know, on some of the spoof radio. And I was a bit nervous about it because I had actual actors in the studio with him. I didn't record him by himself.
Right, that is a problem.
Mostly, and when Dave saw who he was going to be reading with, the look of panic on his face because it was Will Forte from Saturday Night Live.
So you're with a guy who actually is skilled at doing improv, skilled at doing comedy.
Exactly.
And you're not.
That was, well, I mean, so that was, daunting, to say the least.
You were in the booth with MacGruber.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a very big star.
Yeah, because Dave isn't playing a crazy guy on the radio. He's literally just a crazy guy.
Right.
And it's hard to have him interact with normal professional people.
Yeah.
And
That
it
was challenging.
It was during the beard phase, and he was dressed in a style that I'll call winter rapist. And came
Tito's?
He came rolling into the booth because it was Will Forte and this woman named Carla Renata Williams, who's currently on Broadway, and then another professional voice actor named Amy Evinger, and then there's Dave. And So
The jewel of the cast. if you
yeah,
ask
the
me.
jewel of the cast, and I think they figured out pretty quickly that he wasn't a skilled actor.
Well, yeah. I mean, in my defense, I had gotten the script like 10 seconds before we were supposed to go on.
I thought I emailed it to you the night before.
No.
Oh, you know what? I emailed all the other actors. I emailed it to, but I was afraid you would forward it to a fucking message board.
Well, let me just say this. Out of everybody else you've ever used, you've never had to call in and stop us from saying stuff on the air like you did with Dave.
I was drunk that day.
It was the next show. I mean, it was the very next show, and I sat there at Rockstar with my XM radio, just going, I know it's going to come, I know it's going to come, and boom.
Drinking show.
But here's the thing. You do have fans that will write about and go after in an ain't it kind of news way of trying to find out everything that's going on, and you want to surprise the fans. You don't want it to have it leaked.
Yeah, that's why we only start promoting it like the day before, rather than whatever that was 2 months ago.
I was just trying to get some buzz.
Just say I'm with someone who does a late night funny sketch show.
You might say he lives in a fort.
We were drinking 40s. Will I drink a Forte?
I wonder what his forte is.
A dick.
Oh, but it came out well. The name of the show is the main character is called Martin Sirius, and it's called the Martin Sirius Show. And there's him, and then there's a sidekick, which is a black transvestite, and then there's a stunt boy, which is Dave plays Smithy the Stunt Boy, who throughout the show is constantly doing more and more insane stunts. You know, in order to spoof Shock Jock Radio, we had to go really over the top. Actually, I brought a couple clips.
Great.
Of Will Forte as Martin Sirius and Dave as Smithy the Stunt Boy.
Oh, Lord, what are you doing, Smithy?
It's my first stunt of the day. I'm going to duct tape M80s to my throat.
Yeah, shove a lit one up your ass. I won a broadcasting award.
Anything for you, Mr. S.
What if he gets hurt?
I'm a pioneering broadcaster, a pioneer. I break ground, others follow, others copy. Listen, I don't care who gets hurt in the name of radio. I take no prisoners in my search for the truth. Light those fireworks around your neck, Smithy. Wow, Smithy, that must have really stung. Can I say this? Can I say this, Lisa? I'm a legend.
So we have this real egotistical radio host and Dave.
And then a guy getting hassled, and then he calls that guy Mr. S. You motherfucker.
That was the script. I'm like,
Right.
this feels a little fucking familiar. Just read it. God, him and Greg Hauser.
Forte, by the way, sounds great. in this.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he did a really good job. There's another clip. I wanted to sort of spoof the fine piece of machinery that Ron has in front of him
Okay.
as part of these radio shows.
No wonder all the porn stars we have on the show can't resist you.
Is that so?
I've got a sound effects machine. Isn't that funny?
Well, speaking of porn stars, pull that curtain back. You guys are not going to believe what's going on behind there.
Wow, Mr. S, they're beautiful.
Wow, indeed. Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's two hot young porn stars making out.
Hot lesbian action. Only on the Martin Sirius Show.
Just like we have every day.
That's actually really good. I hate to say it, I like to be busting balls, but that really, I don't think it's a spoof. I think it's just a regular show.
Right.
That's right, we got it every day, porn stars.
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, Will
So,
Forte is
how
good.
long did you work, Dave?
We recorded for an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
And now you're going to live on forever inside a video game.
Yeah.
This had to be a childhood dream of yours.
It was. I love video games. I need to get an Xbox, though, because I only currently have a Wii. But,
Yeah.
but this comes out on the Xbox, and this is just the game of the century right now.
Biggest game ever? Is this the biggest game ever?
It's 1 week sales. It was the biggest entertainment launch in history. It grossed more than any movie, any book, Star Wars, Harry Potter, any video game, period, in 1 week's
insane.
time.
This
Yeah,
is the biggest.
It grossed $500 million in 1 week.
500 million in a week.
Over the, yeah.
I mean, Batman did that in this country over a year, and everybody's freaking out.
And it was a phenom, I know. It's amazing.